shall we continue the discussion that we had last year? Because 2 days before I was going through that video once again. Then only I could understand certain things that you told in that video. Because when I was listening to you at that point of time, maybe I was not reading this line.
Which was that? What is that topic I missed?
We had a discussion on seedling, right?
Seedling. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. So 2 days before I was going through that video. I happened to go through that video. So then I felt like, I missed out, or I didn't ask certain questions that should have asked.
Okay.
So that's why I told, why don't we meet once more to discuss that thing.
OS, fine.
Okay, last time we didn't touch more on the topic clairvoyance.
Okay.
So, would you say something that, in your concept, what is clairvoyance? Or there are different types of that sense, right? Clairvoyance is there, clairaudience is there, then the visual perception is also there. I don't know the name, but
What is that you understood by clairvoyance?
clairvoyance, a person who is clairvoyant would be having a very strong sense of intuition that he or she doesn't know why he or she knows that.
Yeah.
But that person knows that this is like this, but this is going to happen like this. But they don't know how come they are getting that information or knowledge or sense within them.
See, there may be many small incidents which all of us would have predicted, oh, this is going to happen, and it happens. Maybe I am waiting for a taxi and then says, no, I got a taxi, I know I will get it in 10 minutes. But you cannot associate that with intuition.
Okay, my sentence could be wrong. I am saying it is something that is more related to intuition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, if I do it in a village, I'm 100% that doesn't work, right? I am in a city, it will work. So, actually, this is not supported by situation.
Okay.
It is not supported by specific environment. Such things cannot be called as clairvoyance, right?
Okay, could you give an example of something that maybe that you have had or you have heard from something?
Many people, I don't know what is it, but in my childhood itself, you know that I lost my father on October 2nd, 1970 actually. I was young. We had, I think October 2nd, generally we have the Sevanavaram, the social service activity in the schools.
Yeah, for 1 week you have
this is generally holiday. And my father used to be in the field that is nearly 6-7 kilometers away.
Okay.
Myself and my mother, and because of the education and all that, we are near to the school. That is where we stay in Naduvil, the house where you came, Nanam.
Okay.
So father alone used to be there.
Okay. That means almost 6 kilometers away the field was there.
Yeah, and not like today. 6 kilometers is not a drivable 10 minutes job. He has to walk all the way. So walking 6 kilometers may take some half an hour to 1 hour. Normal, but it is all up down hills. So it can be anywhere in 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So he stays there with workers and all that. We have a small house there also. Because I was told that, I don't know, I was told later that one day, October 1st night, I had a dream, and then I said my father is no more.
Okay. So you were how many years old? 4 years or 5 years old, right?
Yeah, almost 5 years old. So these are not my story which I remember. Many people told me after this many times.
Okay. So you clearly don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't
Obviously,
remember, but I told that.
you could be 5 years old. So
Yeah, I told that father is no more. Something happened to him. So immediately there is a panic at home. No, a small child cries like this,
definitely.
and he was not in home for 1 week.
Okay.
So somebody was sent physically to. Um, no telephone, no other communication. Somebody was physically sent, asked him to. Then he felt, yes, uh, children have holidays. Why can't he come and then either stay or take us back with him, right? So he came. October 2nd, we had Savanavaram afternoon. Myself, around almost less than 5 years. My sister, who was 7 years old, direct sister. Both of us were taken by my father to his field. Again, he has to walk back.
Okay.
So by the time it was evening.
I mean, walk back to the home.
He came home to pick us up in Naduvil.
Okay. Back to
Walking
the
back to Vallad. Vallad is the neighboring village where we have paddy field. So I remember the way he walked. I was sitting on his shoulder. That's how people carry in the village.
Yeah.
And one hand holding like this, and the other hand was given to my sister for holding while walking, because it's not a plain road where we can run and then no, all that is not possible. It is ups and down with a lot of rolling pebbles. If we step upon that, we will fall down. All that is possible. So he was very careful while taking us. So there was a small stream. We wanted to cross. He asked my sister to stay on the one side, took me the other side. I was supposed to be dropped down there. He will come back and then take my sister and then drop. But as he got into the stream, we both fell down and then floated away.
Okay.
And I am seeing my sister is jumping inside the water, saying that, no. So in that accident, both my sister and father died.
You told that.
Got it? So this is one incident. Probably I would have dragged him to death. That is one. Because if I did not had the dream, he would not have come. If he would not have come, we would not have gone there.
Okay.
This is one instance which I remember probably, which is not situationally supported. But
still it happened.
Still it happened. After a long time, maybe after long years, when I went to Payyanur, there is a great Vastu expert who is called Payyanur Keshavanajari, who is my guru. In fact, I learned minimum Vastu from his book only. So I am an Ekalavya Shishya for him, not directly. But when I gave a talk in early 2000 in Taliparamba, that is the neighboring city, where they announced the topic. Those days I get only one confirmation that no, I am coming from this place to this place. Talk is arranged. You should be in the some telephone call will come. So that time we will not even know which is the topic which I am going to speak. Are you available on this day? Yes, fine. I will be there. So when we reach there only, because no WhatsApp title of the topic cannot be given, notice will not come to us. All that is not as common as today, right? So I went there. When I reached there only, I know the topic given is Vastu. So we had a good crowd, actually a huge crowd. That too in my native, from many people from my village, neighboring villages. Everybody came to that crowded place called Taliparamba, which was also organized by a very good active group in Taliparamba who make such programs. My guru, Brahmashri KPC's talk also was arranged later by the same group.
Yeah, I listened to that talk also. I
Yeah,
listened to
but
that.
my talk, there is no recording those days. I did not have.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But then I started my talk saying that no, I learned a little bit of Vastu from my Guru Brahma Keshavanachari,
Keshav Najari.
from his books only.
Okay, okay,
Actually, I don't have any knowledge in this, I said.
okay.
I don't know why I am given this topic, like that only I started the topic, but then I went off nearly. So soon after the talk, two people came to me and then said they were sent by this Payanur Keshavanachari to know who is this fellow who is talking on Vastu, who is a scientist. No, their two people were from Payanur. They were the direct disciples of Keshavanachari.
Okay.
As soon as I told that I am his Shishya, I learned from his book,
Shishya.
though I have not seen, all that I explained. They wanted me to meet him
Okay.
at Payanur. I said I am coming to Payanur, so and so day we can meet. But the time I was reaching, they did not take me to Payanur Keshavanachari. Probably I don't know why he was, because he may be out or maybe some work. He took, they introduced me to another person who is Srikant. Srikant is a famous writer. Srikant is a famous writer. If you look at Srikant integral books, you will see a lot of spiritual books from him.
Okay. Can you name some of his titles that he authored?
You just type integral books, all his books are published by him only.
Okay. What is his full name?
He is called Srikant, that's it. Yeah, he is a biology bachelor from Thiruvananthapuram, but came to North Malabar and he is very old, must be around 70s now.
Oh,
He is
okay.
much elder than me. He is not a very famous person in terms, he don't give public speeches. One. Second one, he goes to some temple, stay there for 2-3 years or maybe 2-3 months. Study.
He's almost like an Avadhuta sort of living, right?
Yeah. So what he does is he will write lot of, study everything, make a book. So on most of the temples in North Malabar, there will be a book by him. And biological interpretations to Bhagavad Gita, that is one of the good books. And second one, Ishwarane.
Okay, doctor, hold on.
Yeah.
A biology interpretation of Bhagavad Gita. Have you read that book?
Yes. That was a continuous article which used to come in one of the publications from the ashram from Kanjangad. The publication name I don't remember, I think.
Is it Indological books?
No, Nanagita. That is not from Indological. That is published by the Ananda ashram from Kanjangad.
Okay.
He was a constant, continuous contributor, and later I think he was director. When I met him, he was in Payanur, staying in a small single room with a kitchen in a corner, lot of books in another corner, and a small bed there. That's it. Later he shifted his
main sort of profession was like authoring these books and making a living out of that.
Yeah, he is a bachelor, not married, alone, a single man who travels at different places. Sometimes come and stay in this lodge. Very small room, actually very packed room with the books. And then he used to go, he used to go to Kanjangad but stay in Payanur. But later shifted to close to the ashram, Ananda ashram.
Okay. Out of curiosity, I'm asking, what does this biological interpretation of Bhagavad Gita contain?
No, he talks about the 5 Pandavas and 100 Kauravas. The lot of stories by stories will be there. No, we will have a question: is it possible life like this is possible? Whether this can happen or not? So he gives some explanations.
So is it almost like you must have heard about Devdutt Patnaik, right?
Yeah, almost almost, yeah.
Ah.
But this
In
is
his
a,
books also there are many side stories.
yeah,
Maybe
but
we don't know.
this is a true research oriented program, not a copied from some knowledge from somewhere. He creates
Okay,
knowledge by himself.
okay, okay.
He is
I
a
understand.
genuine researcher.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is the time when I was giving biology, I mean vastu talk, but the vastu was more close related to biorhythm, which is a western system of predicting people and all that. Biorhythm, that is there in my book. Biorhythm also is explained a little bit
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
SEEDLING.
I've seen that.
So I was doing all that. Then these two people who came, they are traditional vastu people, they don't have much knowledge to talk to a scientist. So they thought they can connect me to the Srikant who is staying in the lodge.
Okay.
I also heard about him, but I have never met. So they must have also discussed that I am coming, talking, and all that. So they took me to him first.
Okay.
So he asked me about the geobiology. I explained. So the way I explained was from my little knowledge which I had from some articles which I read on. That time internet started coming, but I cannot read it on the screen.
Okay.
So what I used to do is download those things, print it from my office, and then
Okay.
those printed copies I used to read, mark there with yellow wherever. So I by hearted some of the real words as it is, because that's how when we learned that subject we used to do.
So you used to carry these things along with you.
No,
Wherever you
I was almost by hearted to those words, the way in which
Okay,
the
okay.
people name, the way in which.
Uh-huh.
So what he did was, it was so surprising for me. I thought it's a great knowledge which I had. Immediately from the bunch of books, he just picked up one book and said, opened a page and then said, this is that you are discussing now. So you can imagine, I was really surprised to see such a person sitting in a normal corner room in some place in my village, who knows
Right,
what is
right.
happening around the world, and he has got such books. And I thought it's a great new knowledge. But whereas he says it is dealt by Russians, it is dealt by this fellow, he started giving me quite a lot of informations. So I really,
Okay.
really was, to see such a person in my life was a big difference, I thought.
Okay.
Then we had all this, we were discussing about so many different topics. Then
So you were discussing about clairvoyance also.
no, only Vastu related. So immediately he said, I asked, what are you doing now? He said, I am writing a book on
Is it something about Devi?
yeah, David temple in Kudajadri, Mugambika.
Mugambika.
So he said he was there in Kudajadri for some days, finished that writing, came to Mugambika, and I finished writing all that. But I have seen a beautiful picture of Mugambika Devi, and I wanted to publish it only when I get that picture so that I can put that in the cover page.
Okay.
This
So he was so particular about that picture.
About
He
that
needed
picture.
that picture.
Yeah, that picture. So
Okay.
that was told in between. Some discussions happened. One or two people also came, and one another person who came was my Brahmasri KPC Anjan Bhattadripad, my guru's brother. Brother or cousin brother. So he also know that I am associated with him, or I used to go to him. So he also had a lot of questions and discussions, such things to me. But then immediately I told Srikant, the picture what you are looking for is in his pocket. You can pick it up, I said.
Okay. So you are saying that the person who came to this conversation, the conversation you were having, were totally stranger to you, right?
He was not known to me. I got introduced to there only. Srikant also got introduced to me only.
Oh my God.
Okay. So I told it is in his pocket.
Okay.
So those people, white dhoti and white shirt, no? So in the pocket they had a wallet like this, but inside the wallet, once he opened it like this, and then inside that, which is not at all visible, he took that picture. Is it the picture you are telling? He asked. Okay, so Srikant Srikanth gave me a lot of. I respected him huge because of his knowledge, but Srikanth respects me because of this one incident which happened in front of him.
This is like not one incident. This is one of a kind incident.
Understood. So then he started explaining. Yeah, this is very rare thing what the people have. Probably my intention for, or maybe the deep desire to have that picture got connected to a spiritual connection with you, and your respect to me would have thought that no, I should have given some gift to him. Or see, those days when we meet a person with a high knowledge.
But then also, even in your mind, you may not be also assured that that thing would be there.
No, it doesn't. It is not practical thoughts. I'm saying these are not practical thoughts. It just comes.
Yeah, this is like purely magical sort of thing.
Yeah. This happens, and then happened to me many times. Many small incidents also. What I recollect now. Yesterday you were mentioning about 2010 meeting somebody and then making things happen. One of the greatest gift a student can give it to me in my life is creating a platform for me to talk.
Okay.
That is what, because they think that, oh, I am worth a little bit. I went to Calcutta now for a World Philosophy Day as a guest. A study circle on ICPR, Indian Council of Philosophical Research, as a study circle talk.
Okay.
And this ICPR funding, with including my airfare to West Bengal, has to come from the government's ICPR funding for the university. That is organized by a 1 year contact with me with a philosophy professor there, who is the head of the department there, where she was earlier an assistant professor when I know. So the first thing what she said when she became head of the department was, now I can invite you for your talk. Right? So
she is free to do that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is the imagination is not that she got a position or she got, that is not her. The desire itself was saying that no, now I can give you, I can call you there, I can decide who.
As if the sole purpose of becoming HOD was that.
That is what I am thinking now. And to a person whom you do not even met in your life, and no much interaction, only little bit somewhere heard here and there. So I went to for that program. So this happens. Some people have such an intention to make me to listen to a few more people. That's it. So Anusha was one who made a large program, right? And that program probably was my first program with a huge 1,200 students, organized for me, just for me. If I'm or not there, if I am invited for a general program like Madhamardanandamayi's birthday celebration, I was a guest. Okay. That happened 10 years back on this program. 2000 it happened. So if I am not there also, somebody else will speak. So it's not a program organized for me.
It's almost a replaceable sort of thing.
This is like my name is advertised, my program is planned. For listening to me, people are coming. That's something which I consider that is something specially for me, right? So everything was set. I did not involve in any of the organizing activities and all that. Everything was done by somebody else. When questions are made and then put it into small slips, somebody has to look at it. We are expecting nearly 1,000 people, 800 questions will come. It's quite unusual, but that is my expectation, because I am going to speak for some time to make students to ask question is what the rest of the activity. Half an hour or maybe 1 hour, the next 3 hours question answer.
Okay.
So it has to be with a lot of questions. So generating questions, if at all some 100 questions comes, how am I going to pick it up? And there can be common questions. Am I going to read and waste time? So we kept people who can read questions and sort it out.
I see.
And pick up if there are two similar questions, write it down as a short single question which I can read. See, so much of arrangements were done so systematically, it was organized. Everything was so systematic. You can imagine how this is being done like a live program where many people are working background and only one on live, right? It
Right.
was a lot of volunteers from different colleges. So it was a great organized program, and that center of Hyderabad, Secunderabad city. Ravindra Bharati is one of the most prestigious hall.
Okay.
And we had a lot of great people supporting, and then everybody was actually on toes. If something goes bad, what will happen? What is the second B plan, C plan, like that? Everything was put. So
So
Ravindra
everything had a backup plan also.
backup
is
plan.
it?
So we had Ravindra Bharati opened. The hall was full. 10 o'clock is the program happened. 9:30 itself, almost the hall is full. I just checked. I did not involve in any of this. This question reading, collecting, briefing, everything I know only after the program.
Okay.
Everything was. I did not involve at all. Because that was to train them to organize programs. So if I involve, I will make it my idea. So I never involved. Perfectly, everything was done. Only thing what I checked was the girl who is going to sing the prayer.
Okay.
Are you ready? I asked. Yeah, ready. Ready means mic set also should work. This is only what I said. Yeah, we tested, it is working.
So did you ask her whether the mic set was working?
Yeah,
To her,
working.
the
She
person
said, yeah.
who was assigned to sing.
Sing. She said yes. Yeah, it's working perfectly. It's working. There is no anchoring. It starts with a prayer, then the anchoring or something will happen.
Okay.
Because I don't want everything was organized well, but
Everything was organized so productively that no time was lost in between.
yeah. So
Like that.
I just asked that. I was on the stage. She was on the stage. I asked, did you check the mic set? It is working. So she said it's working. Fine, very good.
So you asked for the second time also?
No, only one. Only once.
Okay.
So I stood there. It was supposed to start 10 o'clock. The mic operator is missing.
Ayyo.
I understood.
Was she alive after the program? Because the tension she must have had at that point of time.
So,
I cannot even imagine.
so what happened?
Especially you have asked her many times. At that point of time, she didn't check. She didn't mind to check that.
No, checked, but that fellow went. That fellow went, came little late, relaxed. So he switched off everything and went. That's it. So mic was not working, right?
Apparently, it was not serving the purpose.
That's it. So this is quite unusual because everything was set. We don't expect the mic fellow going exactly at that time. Never happens, right?
So then, what happened to the prayer?
No.
Did
But
she sing?
it's only delayed, and she was upset. That's a different matter. But this happens just like that. Something is going to There is no reason, right? It is not what is expected. So many times these small incidents like this, I remember because it's a huge program, and then everything was set perfect sort of a thing. And everybody remembers this. Oh, this happened. DrTPS asked. Correct. Understood.
Yeah, this is also really, I won't say that this is magical, but this is really surprising. Like, you asked her that, is it okay?
Yeah, see, we don't know whether it is a negative way of expressing or something, oh, this is going to fall. Be careful if I say definitely it will fall. That sort of a thing also happens many times. See, not that every time I will tell, but sometime if I tell, no, it's going to fall. Be careful means, dum, tish, finished. That sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm slightly careful, not even telling something, sometime I hold. Maybe instead of that, I may divert it by putting...
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
no
doctor.
issue.
Okay. So, do you still get these kinds of thoughts?
We don't know whether it is... if it is close to me, getting a feedback, I am present there soon after that, I understand, right? See, it could happen to somebody when you are driving, you are seeing somebody driving, I said, this fellow will meet an accident, means it can also happen, right? How do I know?
No. I'm not saying about the far away situations. I'm speaking about the situations that
Yeah,
you
neighboring,
can actually see and control.
it happens. It happens sometimes. Not many times, but remember everything you don't remember. Some things you remember. That's it.
But this is really surprising.
So why I included in the seedling book is I was writing that book, and the last chapter of that book is what is Clairvoyance, which I was writing, and I met him.
But you didn't complete that clairvoyance portion completely.
The reason is when I was writing that almost in that mode is when I reached and met my guru Brahmasri. That was my first meeting. So as I met him, the first question what he asked is, did you finish writing your book? Before I told him that I am writing a book on this.
So the first time when you met him, the first question he asked was that.
Yeah. Then I asked him, do you have clairvoyance? I am writing that part only now. How could you know that? No. So this is a great incident which reminded me, yes, he has this ability to understand what's happening.
True.
Understood. Otherwise, he will not ask that question at all to me, right?
Especially like, have you finished this book?
Yeah. Book.
It could be some article also, right?
Yes. And how he knows that? No, I write articles. We have just met because he got a card from Gopalakrishnan, and then based on that card, he is coming and meeting me. It is not like we can talk on telephone every now and then we know each other, sort of a thing, right? I have not even seen him. I don't have a picture of him. He also doesn't have a picture of me. Today, before meeting, we know everything about that person, right?
Right.
But it's not like that. So this happens. This happened a few times, probably a few times.
Even last day, I was quoting an extract that you told to somebody, right?
Yeah.
If you read that carefully, you would be really surprised too.
No, Mayamma was very closely connected to me. She happens to be my teacher probably in college when I was in schools.
Okay.
Such a senior teacher, and she belongs to the Raja family of Kodungalur. She belongs to that family, and somewhere she got, I think one of her colleagues attended my program when I was Director Academic Staff College. Shiba Tattal, who also helped me in editing my the poems which I wrote.
Okay. No, I was quoting the extract in which you were telling, like, I don't know how to do this.
But I am saying,
but I know that somebody would.
So it is not that Mayamma knows me perfectly. But then she called me for an orientation program, teachers program. I don't know which happened first. As I reached, she was like a motherly touch,
Yeah. It's very evident in the.
And then I told him, maybe soon after this term of Director Academic Staff College gets over in 4 years. It was 3-4 years, 5 years appointment for me.
Okay.
So if I finish 5 years, by the time I finish 20 years in government service, I will take retirement. That's my intention. I wanted to get into teaching. But I know that my salary will become 1/3 of what I get. Then the first meeting, without even knowing each other, what she said is, even I don't know whether it's after my class or before my class or before little discussions, or it was 2 days program, I think. One of these program.
Okay.
Or maybe the first program is over, second teachers program. But that interactions were very less. But then I released my book also, there sort of a program which I did. And those days I used to get some few copies, and then everything was sold in few minutes. I used to sell it for 100 rupees or 200 rupees, I don't remember. Whatever is given, some people can take that sort of thing. Then immediately what I said, money is going to come, the salary will come less. So that is only one thing. Otherwise, I love this to do, because you cannot get revenue out of giving lectures and talks. That's, you don't earn anything actually. For me it's, for me, if I travel the North Bengal University, when I gave 2 days, I have spent 2 days for travel, 4 days. The aircraft will make more money than what I am making.
Okay.
Aircraft expenditure can be 20,000 rupees. They give me 1,000 rupees as, that's an honorarium which any guest speaker gets today. It's so pity and silly, So I don't think anybody will do this job for such a purpose.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I am losing a lot of money where my effort is much bigger and higher. The comfort level is very low. All these were the questions which I had in my mind before I quit my job. Because
Obviously.
you are in comfortable position, vehicle will come, driver will come, somebody will even sending messages, booking tickets, everything is done by somebody else. My phone will be attended, and then only it will come to me. So no problems at all, right? You have a lavish Raja life. So I was just sharing this. I have this intention after 5 years, but being in comfort of all this, but I took a chance to come to university so that I can forgo my greater comfort in central, jump into a little smaller level, and then see the public, because I was in a different world of scientists and then such things. University is a very low level where every day you have problems, you have to meet people, public, you have to travel different style. So I am into a training program for getting into out to the society, I said.
Oh, it's like coming from Hollywood to doing theatre acting.
Yeah, so when I told this, immediate her response was, I cannot compensate you on your troubles, but my whole salary I will gift you.
Okay.
So don't consider money as a criteria for not quitting. My salary I will give you. That's what she said. Can you imagine somebody? See, the word came from her heart, no? Not whether practically it happened or not. So she was the one who gave me lot of inspiration, saying that we need you, sort of a feeling. Very senior teacher.
It's very evident in the way she speaks.
Yeah, very senior teacher at the verge of retirement, talking like this. That too, she's a sociology professor, not from who just got a job and then so thrilled about the teaching and all that. She must have seen thousands of teachers in her life. And that too from Thrissur. It's a bunch of...
Why it's about Thrissur?
Yeah, Thrissur had great teachers. No? Sukumar Arikod is from that place, right? If you look at many, Sahitya Academy is there. So it has a great tradition. If somebody tells from Kannur, that's a different world, because only very few people around. This is not that. And those days she used to travel to different places, UGC programs, many different cities. She must be in many committees also. No, so it's not that she had. She must have seen a lot of vice chancellors. So it is not that she is seeing somebody from a university director first time in her life, right?
Yeah.
That's only what I said. So that was something which was, that discussion. And the way she introduced, I have it somewhere, but I will have to search. All my books are in different places, so it may be in the other house where I am staying. It was like a reductio absurd style. Everybody loved to have a great lecture from a great teacher in her life. It's very rare to get, but today you are going to get. That sort of a thing, not every lecture you will remember for years, but I'm sure this is going to happen like that. So the expectations are maybe the boundaries first, and then where I am there, where I am going to be there, where I am taking you there. That's how it was given.
Okay.
So it is beautifully written. So I must also given hundreds of thousands of lectures in different places. But
Yeah,
immediately,
you must have had so many introductions.
so
of
many
so
pat that
lectures.
become so casual, so
Monotonous.
monotonous. They will just read the biodata, not
Hmm.
rewritten by. I cannot write my brief like this, right?
Right.
I will only write that I have given 1,000 lectures. So she write it like this. Have you ever seen somebody who gave thousands of lectures? There is one man here. That sort of a thing. It's only
Okay. In
rewriting
a way
that. Yeah, it was really
that should open up the imagination of
imagination,
people.
and she also had spent a lot of time on that, right?
Definitely.
So
Obviously.
what I did was, soon after the introduction was over, I went to her and then said, I want this paper, I want to treasure it in my life. It's a great testimonial.
Yeah.
Understood.
Even, yeah, that's a great testimonial. Okay. So, then I wanted to ask you about the equipment that you use to use for this geobiology thing.
No, that was, I got it from earthtransition.com.
No, doctor, not about the dowsing
Uh,
road.
uh.
Other than that, there are some instruments that are used, right?
Yeah, that is some of them are only literature survey sort of a thing. But the Eggley wheel also I have seen physically people using it. I had chance to experiment on that. The Krillian photography, we had a Reiki practitioner here where I went because I know she had that equipment. So just to have a touch and feel, to get an experiment done out of it, I went and joined her program.
Okay.
Therefore, I got what she is doing with that. So I have seen that. So most of the equipments which I mentioned there, in one or other places I have seen. The trimeter, my guru also has purchased. Brahmashri KPC got this trimeter, dowsing rod, everything from America. He had
Okay, what does this trimeter do? Mean?
trimeter
How
is
is the
electromagnetic energy. You keep somewhere, it will tell you the flux. It's like a magnet will tell you the magnetic direction, right? So this will tell you the intensity and flux also. So you don't have to handle it. The Y rod or L rod, you have to hold it in your hand. This can be kept there. You are not touching it, and it will tell you the flux.
So it's more independent sort of.
It is more independent, not influenced by your intentions. Otherwise, you hold it two rods, you can tilt it like this and make it to cross. Tilt it like this, it can make it to diverge. Holding it parallelly is a trick. So many people cheat this also by doing it.
So that could be the reason why it's not so much accepted by a lot of people, right?
No, see, the acceptance and non-acceptance here is based on your panic. Do you accept a doctor for getting a treatment is a big question. If I am in panic and I have no other option, I will accept any doctor in this world.
Right.
Correct. So, why astrologers, why puja people, why all these semi-gods are getting a lot of people around them is because people are in panic. They had no.
They're actually exploiting the tension or the panic that people have.
Yeah, there is a great story. The elephant is going to drink water and the crocodile is catching the elephant. So I keep calling most of the people earns out of. I am not earning, so I am a clean man, so I can speak about anybody else.
Yeah, I know that.
See, why am I criticizing some of the so-called SAD gurus and all? Because they are all making money. They become business people.
Okay, right.
And DrTPS have not earned anything out of this, and I am not intended to do in my life. So I can criticize because I am not making money out of it.
Okay.
So any politicians or any such people, spiritual leaders or social leaders or NGOs, I don't like them because of this reason. Understood? See, yesterday also, I get into public, I get into a lot of activities, but if you look at it, sometimes it is so harsh, People think that whatever you are doing is not good enough. And that is where we get frustrated sometimes.
What did happened yesterday?
Yeah, yes, I get every day some requirement of asking money from somebody. Because when you are in public, what happens is you need some money immediately. You will ask. There is a man whom I can contact. No, understood.
Right.
I do that. I do that to many people. Yes, somebody sends the roof picture and standing in a shop purchasing that, I have to replace my tin sheet there.
But why did they need to send it to you? They could have sent it to some NGOs, right?
That is what I'm saying. See, I cannot tell them go to NGO because I am not, I don't want this NGO to take from somewhere and give it. They are actually agents. I keep calling NGOs are also as contractors.
Yeah, definitely. They are agents.
I am not doing, though I have a Shiksha, I have not collected money from somebody and created a Shiksha account so that I can distribute to somebody else.
Yeah, I know that.
But they think Shiksha is an NGO, right? You understood?
Okay.
So, what am I doing from my...
This is really comical at the same time really annoying also.
So, what happens is, I will have to give it from my salary. My pension, what I am getting. So somebody says in Kottayam there is a program organizing art festival, some competition for somebody.
Okay, doctor. Generally, are these people? No, these people ask you money for under what name? Like for some organization or for some?
It could be organization. Assume that in a village in Naduvil, lot of people come. My daughter wanted to go for nursing. I need 10,000 rupees. Understood?
But you are not a World Bank or something like
No,
that.
but
You can straight away tell like that.
No, but what happens is, whatever 2,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or whatever money which I get from colleges as honorarium, I have decided I am not going to use any of this for my life.
Oh.
So some of them I send it to Papatan. You know Papatan in Naduvil, right?
Yeah, I know.
So whoever asks from Naduvil and related, I will tell go and meet Papatan. If he has fund with him, I am interested. I don't know how much money is given to him also.
You are actually entrusting this big responsibility to that poor man.
What? Because he can assess, no? So sometime he will tell this person has asked 10,000, but I feel that 5,000 only can be given. I am giving 5. In case if they come back, I will give later. Like that, he distributes a lot of money in my name. I don't know whether
anyways, it's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, but he loves it because he is also doing. I don't know whether it's my name or somebody's name or Shiksha name or Nanam name or Papatan's name. I don't care. Sometimes he makes those people to tell thank you to me and record. No. See, what happened, this person who asked money, immediately what I did was asked for 1,000 rupees. What I do is first time somebody is asking, that too from Kerala, somebody who is known to me, no other contacts, only sometime somewhere some discussion, somewhere some mentioning this talk is.
I understand.
Very right. No, I have not even met them, saw them, their children are abroad, they are abroad, all that is possible. But still they wanted to collect, not from their pocket they want to give, they want to collect. Somebody is taking that initiative, that too for an art program which is not my cup of tea actually.
That's the irony. That's actually the irony of this thing.
No, then what I did was,
if you were a professional artist, like drawing artist or somebody like that, then it's okay. Like you are supposed to do something for the art.
So, but then what happened? Having asked first time, I have some of my people who worked with me in engineering college during COVID, they lost their job. Almost every alternate month they used to ask money, and I paid also. It's like I am supporting somebody's life.
I wonder the audacity that they have in asking money like that.
But then, how many times? Sometimes I may tell that no, not to you. You ask give me your wife's account number, I will send it. Because I don't know whether he is a drunkard, what is he doing, whether it is used for his family, all that is to be understood, right? So sometimes I do that also. So then it becomes another big problem. 2 people started asking. So, but then this person, what I did was I have sent money. But then I was asked to give that bank account details, where it is sent, how it is sent, and all that. I don't even have a Google Pay now. I'm only bank net transfer I can do. You know what? What is annoying sometimes is these sort of messages.
സാറേ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് ഒന്ന് ചെയ്യുവോ ഒരു ഹെൽപ്പ് കുറച്ച് കുട്ടികൾക്കാ.
Heard this, right?
Ah.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh.
I have already done this. Again, this reminder came.
അയ്യോ സാറേ എനിക്ക് അതിന്റെ സ്ക്രീൻഷോട്ട് ഒന്ന് തരുമോ? എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല എന്നാണെന്നറിയാവോ.
So they want screenshot. See, I don't care all this, and I did not even send the screenshot. Why should I acknowledge? They should know whether I have sent it or not, right?
Right. It's their need now.
Why is it not playing? Something happened. But then there was a huge complaint that I have not given money.
Who told that?
That same person after some time had sent me a message. I'm sorry, I expected money from you. You did not pay. But it's not like a...
എനിക്ക് നമുക്കാണ് എനിക്കടന്ന് സംസാരിക്കാനുള്ള നല്ല അവസരം കിട്ടി.
Somewhere it is there. It doesn't matter anyway. But
Yeah.
ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ രാവിലെ വെറുതെ
Anyway, I got the first impression of that person.
സങ്കടം പോലെ വന്നായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ എടുത്ത സാധനം എന്തോ പ്രശ്നമാണ്. അയ്യോടാ കോള് പോകുന്നതാണേ. ഇല്ലല്ലോ അപ്പം കുഴപ്പമില്ല കേട്ടോ.
see, it's like a complaint, no? Not a request now.
സാറിനെ പിന്നെ കാണുന്നില്ലല്ലോ അപ്പം കുഴപ്പമില്ല കേട്ടോ. പൈസ ഇടണ്ട. ചോദിച്ചത് തെറ്റായി പോയി എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നി. എന്തായാലും ഒത്തിരി സന്തോഷം.
It's as if that person has given you some money as a deposited amount.
ഒരു വിഷമം തെറ്റി.
See, I have sent a message. I have sent it.
തെറ്റായി പോയി എന്ന്
You listen.
എന്തായാലും ഒത്തിരി സന്തോഷം. ഞാൻ പൈസ അയക്കാതെ സാർ അയച്ചു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞതും ഒരു വിഷമം തെറ്റി. ഞാൻ അതിന്റെ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് എടുത്ത് നോക്കേണ്ടിയിരുന്നു എനിക്ക്. സാരമില്ല, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, പൈസ കിട്ടി, നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യത്തിന് പൈസ കിട്ടി. ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും അറിയാത്ത ഒരാളോട് ചോദിച്ചേ, വെറുതെ ഒന്ന് ചോദിച്ച 10,000 രൂപ കിട്ടും. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ അതിന്റെ സ്ക്രീൻഷോട്ട് എല്ലാം എടുത്ത് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ ഇട്ടിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഒത്തിരി സന്തോഷം തോന്നി. സാരമില്ല, ഒരാൾ തന്നില്ലെങ്കിലും മറ്റാരെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ.
So, having helped also, I became a liar, right? So, I sometimes, it becomes so depressing.
It's really annoying. The way
Annoying.
she speaks is really annoying.
So, a lot of such experiences also are there in life. That is much more memorable than these small clarions.
I think that clairvoyant, the way I don't have any words to.
See, I was running Gnanam camp, right? I had a precious, beautiful collection of...
You told about this, like you had a set of pens, right? Parked there for the.
Yeah, so many pens, Not
You have a coveted collection of pens, and somebody stole
Yeah.
it from there.
So,
When I first listened to this, I was like, but, those who come there are supposed to be not lower middle class people, right?
there are.
But not many people, right?
There were many, and whom was not even charged a single penny also. So all my camps. For example, I went to Wayanad, one of those schools. I told 10 of the students from here will be hosted in my house for 10 days free of cost. Got it? So each camp when I conduct, I used to have a lot of people who come, stay there, where nothing is paid.
Doctor, I accept that, but still there are people who come from other elite backgrounds.
Yes,
also,
yes,
right?
yes.
What I mentioned was that.
No, but whether you are from a high family or low family, it's a character, no, sometimes. Not that
It's a character.
it is not that poor people are stealers and rich people are not. Probably rich people are more stealers.
No, I'm not saying like that. But generally, people would have a perception like, the elite class, they have the access of all these things. They may not need that.
No, not necessarily.
I'm not saying like poor people are stealers, nothing like that.
But yeah, this happens. What I'm saying is, I don't mind if few pens were lost, but the biggest problem that day was my purse also was fully, no, the money.
Purse also was lost.
No, purse, the whole money was taken and the purse was free. So what I generally do is I take the wallet in my pocket and then start driving for buying something, or maybe some, I think it was for filling petrol or buying something. I got into a shop and my pocket was free. No money there. So these are all bound to happen in a, so
Was this the first time you experienced something like that? Like that, what you told now?
What? Stealing from me?
Stealing, yeah.
We don't know. Maybe.
No, something that you might have recognized.
Yeah, this is during the camp. That was a great shocking thing for me. Otherwise, maybe some.
Your purse being lost. I mean, your purse being,
looted,
snatched or stolen is still something that I cannot even digest.
No,
Then
okay.
how did you? Pardon?
How did I?
Then how did you? Did you search for the person who did that, like stealing?
Yeah, I had
purse?
the purse, but money was taken from the purse, right? So.
No, I was asking, like, did you have any idea about the person who stole the money from your purse?
We don't know. Leave it anyway. I don't take that into cognizance. Just leave
But you should have at least. I'm not anybody to tell like that, but you could have at least, went with that a bit more.
No, we can do a policing, but sometimes policing can create some problems. No, see, for some people, I always believe some people, if the face becomes bad, and if there were, assume that I lost something
it's not
from.
like directly policing, but you could have inquired.
That is what I'm saying. Assume that if something is lost from my house, also I don't even ask my servant maid. Though I know that it could be that servant maid, 100% confirm it is servant maid. Assume that if I ask or tell somebody else it has happened like this, if she commits suicide, what will happen? Understood?
Okay, I understand. No,
That is much more paining in my life than anything else. So everyone has got their dignity, right?
No, what I meant was that
I sympathize with the people who are begging, because in Bharatiya Shastram, Bhiksha is supposed to be the last training for any rishis, right? That is to make sure their ego is lost. So I feel sometimes the beggars are rishis, their ego is lost. When somebody gets 10 rupees or 1 rupee from someone, they must have shown their hand like this to 100 people before getting 1 rupee. Correct or not?
Correct.
So they also have an ego by themselves, and that is being surrendered to each one of us. I look at that way also.
No, doctor. What I meant was that after this incident, you could have called the whole people over there and said, like, this thing was lost.
Yeah.
I don't know who took this, but this happened to me.
Yeah.
And no, I meant.
Yeah, that doesn't make
So at least their conscience would have picked, right?
No, but then what happens is
Their conscience would have, you could have pricked their conscience. I think this kind of incident needed that.
yeah, maybe I did to one or two people, told one or two people who are very no, probably would take this and then do it informally a search. So that, but nothing was, I mean, we couldn't, but later
Did you get the pens back?
yeah, somebody gave it to somebody else and then said, asked them to say sorry. They don't had the courage to face me.
Obviously, they should not have, right?
Yeah, anyway, forget about it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then what? Then regarding this clairvoyance, do you have any other incidents like which you may not have mentioned, right?
I don't remember now. There were many, but nothing is coming into mind. So memorable, I don't think.
Nothing.
Must be there.
Then how did you actually, you told in that video that when you go to these places where ill people are kept, or you need to go there for finding the vibration.
Yeah.
How they are being healed.
Yeah. I remember when I was in Muscat, yeah. Yeah, Muscat, I went for Mada Amritanandamayi's birthday as a guest. Huge audience. So, every day there used to be some Lalita Sahasranamam chanting, and somebody used to get vibrations. Some ladies, they become unconscious in the between.
Oh, it's like almost like the Kandara thing, right?
Yeah, they are so much involved in that, no? They get a vibration. So we had a Girish also with me, L. Girish Kumar. He's a famous speaker on.
That person with the long hair.
Yeah, long hair. He was also there. I was also there. So he looks like a real saint. I look like an assistant to him. I'm not having big beard. I don't have a jubba. I was in normal khadi shirt those days. So after this, a family came to meet him and then saying that, the husband told Girish, this happens to my wife. Whenever she chants, she was falling, and the consciousness is lost, and then she become unconscious, and she will be there for after some time she wakes up and then become normal.
It's almost like a trance.
It's almost like a trance, right? Then Girish and me were like very close friends. Girish said, Dr. TPS is actually doctor. I am not a doctor, no. So maybe Girish, Dr. TPS can solve this problem.
Okay.
Then I told her, assume that you have a normal tumbler, which is a copper tumbler and a plastic tumbler.
Okay.
You pour water from the top. Which has a chance of falling?
Normal tumbler, yes.
The plastic tumbler, when you pour it from far, if you don't hold it, it will fall. The force in which falls will make it to tilt and fall.
Okay.
Assume you are keeping on a table. You pour water directly, it will not, but you pour it from little higher.
Yeah.
The force of falling is good enough to make a turmoil and it will fall. Whereas the copper glass can hold because it is heavy by itself, it will not tilt.
It's heavy by the nature.
Yeah. So if you think that the spirituality is bhakti is pouring inside you because of your prayer, you are not very strong. That is why you are falling, is it?
Okay.
Number one. Number two, they had two children, girls. almost at the marriage age. So I said, nobody will marry your kids because they will say your mother had some psychic problem. Right? Nobody loves to have even the children will be upset when somebody will talk about them like this, right?
Definitely.
So be a little more conscious. Don't show this to public. Assume that you are feeling like that. Don't take it as a great bhakti and a great gift on you. Come back to the normalcy. Stop chanting. Get up and then walk for a round and come back and sit. Then join. I am not asking you to stop praying. You come out of this. Assume that you feel like that. No. There is.
Doctor, but why do I have also seen people, getting that vibration and doing like that in a temple.
Yeah, it is
But why
actually,
did they get
it is actually, everybody gets. If I am also standing there with 100% concentration on the drum beats, I can also get a shivering. Because that is what is trance is.
But they speak certain things that
No, once you are in trance, you are connected to a different world, right? So that is what is Theyyam. That is what is that? There are so many different versions in South Kerala and then North Kerala also. In it happens in Padayani, and in Northeast also similar things are there. I went to Northeast. I have seen similar practices where Oman also it is there.
even in Bengal there is a practice like they will evoke that spirit within a person.
That is what I'm saying.
Really
Northeast.
scary to see that.
Northeast is including Bengal. It's common there. So only thing.
And the spirit would speak about the questions that this person asks. Like if something is going to happen.
That is what happens in Theyyam also. See, that is what is actually trance.
But
So
what happens actually in a trance? Or are they connected with the different plane of?
you are in a different. Your common brain doesn't work. Your buddhi doesn't work. Your manas doesn't work. You are taking it to a higher level. So that becomes a spiritual level in which you can get connected for some time. Right. So this can happen. So assume it is good or bad. Practically there can be problems because you have a child who is getting married, so you will have problems. So I said disconnect by yourself from that. So next day she became perfect. And people told that you go to DrTPS, all such problems can be solved, no? Correct? So I remember I went to somebody's house where my lunch was arranged. Next to that house or that same house, there was a lady who was almost bedridden for 8 years. I was asked to do something for her, and she won't even speak. It was like a coma sort of a stage. And when I went there, spoke to her a little bit, and then she sat, she spoke a little bit. After so many years, it was a great surprise.
You must have been surrounded with a lot of people.
So it happens, and there was instance 3 lunch for me.
Personally feel that you have something that is not that's very rare in others. I don't know what is it, but I have this.
No, I felt my Guru has given me a big gift of blessing me with all his powers and energies. He told that and he was literally in tears when he kept both hands and then gave me on my head. He said, all that what I have done in my life, all that great things, all the prayers, all the chantings, all the mantras, all the acharas which I have done, with all that power, I am blessing you and gifting you what all I have with me. So that's a great blessing. So that blessing should have some effect, right?
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
have
it doesn't.
effect. What I am telling is that, have you ever said like, you were somewhat different, you were somewhat a different person before getting those blessings than after?
No, that
before
is,
and after getting that blessing.
no, it is not something which can be measured and say I am on this scale of spirituality.
No, not kind of measuring or anything, just assessing yourself. When you
Maybe out of 24 hours you are here for 2 minutes is also a great thing, I feel.
Like how? I didn't get you.
Out of 24 hours, if you are in that world for 2 minutes or 3 minutes per day is also a great thing, I am feeling. Not that 24 hours you are like that, right? Understood. So that is something which, yeah, I enjoy sometimes, that state of affair. Probably there may be no instances, no incidents which can be caught at. Yeah, but I have enjoyed. Otherwise I will not take decisions of being around, going around, helping around, thinking differently. No.
Okay. I cannot see your video. I cannot see your face.
Yeah, I think there is some connection problem. Okay. You are able to hear me, right?
Yeah, but I cannot see your face.
Yeah, there is some video problem, maybe some connection problem, maybe.
Okay, so then one more question that I now it's okay.
Yeah.
One more question that actually came into my mind when I saw the video is that have you come across other people who share the same sort of what do you say, that clairvoyant or
I told
something
I told about the Brahmastri, right?
No. Let me complete my question. I was saying apart from your guru.
Yeah, my definitely this person had Swami Vedabharati, and it is much more. That was Paragaya Pravesham. He could get into the other person's soul and then speak the way he speaks. I can understand the language of somebody.
Have you witnessed that?
Yeah, he could speak many languages. I told, there was one after a conference we had a Hindustani song sung by somebody, a group of people. So immediately after that he asked somebody to get a shawl and then gave him the shawl. And then he said, that line which you have sung, actually I have not written like that. I have written in a different style, and then edited that and made the style in which you sang. Actually he is talking as if he has written that song. It is not. It is maybe 300-400 year old lyrics. So the Guru himself is telling, Swami Vedabharati is telling that I have written those.
Okay.
He also knows, the singer also knows it is not he who wrote it. Some Muslim Pandit has written that this thing. But
You mean
some Sufi songs were converted into the Hindustani music and all. So he had that. Otherwise he cannot tell I wrote it like this, edit it and cut this. That's a change which I made. The other one also, if you sing, it will be exact same like that, and he made him to sing in front of. So I have seen all that.
Okay.
We were all
do you
mesmerized.
think that-
We were all mesmerized.
Definitely. If I were there, I would have been.
I have seen him. I have seen him like that.
Maybe that's the reason why he got you the very first sight itself.
Yeah, he took me very close to him, gave me dinner together. I had a great approach close to him. Very rarely people get. Yeah.
Even in the photograph that when you both are there, it shows that he for him you are really.
Yeah, it shows that I am known to him for long years. We are together for long years. That sort of feeling I got in.
Even more than he has a very special connection with you. That photo speaks that.
And many people who were with him for long years could not even add a picture with him. He is not that. Yeah.
Okay. So, doctor, is there does the modern psychology or psychiatry actually,
There are a lot of people who have done experiments, research, studies, papers published in these lines.
Yeah, I was coming to the same point because last year or 2 years before, I read a book like Many Lives, Many Masters. So in that,
Even if you read that Srikant's book, Ishwarane Arinyavar.
Okay. Is it Malayalam?
Yeah, it's in Malayalam. Ishwarane Arinyavar. Integral Publishers. That was also a series of articles who was written in Nanagida. That I think the publication is called it Nanagida. I used to subscribe it, but now stopped because I was keep traveling. I am not there.
Okay. Have you come across this book that I mentioned? Many Lives, Many Masters.
Yes.
When you read that book, when I read that book, I was really surprised. Like, the person who was undergoing that reverse hypnosis, she could tell some 75 past births or something like that.
The regression by Newton is also like that. There is another Newton, not the old Newton, but there is regression by Newton. I met him also in Hyderabad, Newton.
Okay, which nationality is it?
The book is Regression, I think. I have not read his book, but I met him personally.
Yeah, in case of Many Lives, Many Masters, this doctor was an agnostic person before, having this incident. After that, he started believing in something that above. I hope that this discussion was not boring.
No, it's
Because
going.
Because it was very impromptu. I didn't prepare any questions or anything like that. I'm just speaking the way I do generally.
No, if this discussion is not there, sometime probably what I spoke today would have never recorded or never known to anybody, right? Not that. So, sometimes it is nice to keep some memories.
Yeah, memories are always good.
Put it on record. I told did I tell you that Ramana Maharshi's scriptures gave answers to most of my questions in the train I answered?
A lady was sitting.
Yeah, that is also similar to that, right? It's some great instance in life, which you remember.
I think you have been an intuition child.
Yeah, that happened, really it happened. That was actually made me to learn Ramana Maharshi, otherwise I would not have. No? And sometimes what happens is even this Rama, Swami Veda Bharati was never known to me. It is only one BSNL retired one warrior who was here for some purpose met me. He used to come and attend my lectures. So he asked me one day, did you read Swami Rama's book on Himalayan tradition? I said no. Then he gifted me that book. Soon after that, after 2 weeks only, this Veda Bharati's call came to meet him and then discussion. Suppose if I did not had this introduction of Swami Rama, Swami Veda Bharati, Himalayan tradition.
Okay, may I interrupt you?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, what were the discussions that you used to have with Swami Veda Bharati?
See, somebody told him that, I am spiritual, I am also having scientific background. So he wanted to conduct some experiments on these sort of things. On biofeedback, spirituality, electroencephalograph. So he wanted to set up a lab there. He wanted my help. That's how he called me first. Then I gave him a different idea. We conducted conferences. We worked together for that. But that discussion I would have not accepted in that level if I don't know who is this person who is talking to me, right? I would have asked, who are you, like this. So this introduction of him through Swami Rama, exact book came the time when I really wanted to. Or that was an agent sent to me to introduce him first. Then otherwise it will be different. No, I would not have even reached him. Because the first instance itself, I don't speak to him in that level in which I can speak to him. Right. It would have been different. No, he may throw me out. So it happens.
And even you did say that when you met him for the first time, that Swami did not know that you were in the crowd, but he particularly called you out and.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay then.
Okay, sorry, it was really long.
Yeah, good, nice. Keep something like this and we will make